The first delivery of emergency fodder has arrived in Rosslare from the UK this morning. Imported by Dairygold Co-op, the animal feed will be distributed to farmers in Munster whose stocks are running low or have run out.
We were contacted by Dairygold during the week and asked to put an emergency plan in place to collect 2,500 tonne of fodder from Kent in the UK, which we did. We started collecting on Tuesday and we shipped through Rosslare last night, and we've started to distribute 8 to 10 loads today already.
Now, one of the areas where the fodder is being delivered is Buttevant in County Cork, and our agriculture correspondent George Lee is there. George, the first delivery today and more to come. This will help to alleviate this food crisis for farmers.
I think it more helps alleviate the nerves at the moment that something is happening, because farmers are particularly worried. Now, here this morning in Buttevant, it was one of 10 locations around Munster, mostly in Cork, but also one in County Clare and one in County Limerick where that feed was first delivered to. And there was a queue of farmers here this morning anxious to get their hands on what was brought in. It was called haylage, which is half silage and half hay, brunch, I'm told, for cattle and so on. But there were an awful lot of very worried farmers because their stocks are low and their animals are hungry, and they're delighted to get this feed. And the big pressure is on now for the co-ops to continue to bring that in. Glanbia will bring in some, Lakeland say that they're bringing in some, and the government is working hard to get a scheme together to help that. Now, I'm joined here by the IFA regional chairman from Munster, John Coughlin, and John's been very busy all morning himself with his farm loader loading up the hay for all of the farmers who are here. John, they are very anxious to get it.
Very anxious, George. I mean, look, farmers' cattle are the same as their children to them. If your children are hungry, you would be in a ferocious state. Farmers are in a ferocious state because their cattle are hungry. It's the same thing. And I think they don't see light at the end of the tunnel for the next week, 2 to 3 weeks. They see a shortage of fodder facing them for the next couple of weeks. They really need to know that there's going to be plenty of fodder available to them day after day. You saw yourself, farmers only got 1 bale or maybe 2 bales each. 2 bales isn't much good to a farmer that has 40, 50, 60 or 100 cows to go home and feed today. He needs those 2 bales every day for the next couple of weeks. So the big thing here is that there's going to be enough of fodder available to farmers every day from here on.
Well, John, thank you very much. And so, Eileen, the situation is that the government is working hard to get the details of a scheme which will support the transport costs of that fodder. The fodder which we saw today here, it's about close enough to a tonne in weight, maybe a little bit below it, and it's costing them about €90 for that, for a square bale. But the government needs to help support the costs of that. They're trying to get the details of that together as quickly as possible. Perhaps by tonight, maybe tomorrow, if they can cross-reference it with the Department of Economic Planning and Reform and also European state aid rules. But certainly all the stops have been pulled out to help the situation right now.
OK, George Lee in Buttevant in Cork, thank you.